Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cory Means Business podcast and YouTube show. We got a good one for you today. I've got some actual people in the audience as well as my co-host Mucho that you all know. I've also got several business owners that are sitting here with us, as well as my right-hand man, Shane. Say hello, Shane.
Hello, thanks for having me today.
All right. We got Mucho.
How you doing,
Mucho? How you doing today?
Great. Excited about today.
All right. Awesome. He's going to learn some super secret business stuff, the stuff that I get paid millions and millions of dollars for. We got Eddie in the house as well.
Thanks for having me, Cory.
Absolutely. Business owner here. We got Matt in the house, another business owner. So these guys are going to really be learning exactly how to explode the growth of a business. So today what we're going to focus on is we're going to take a business that I'm currently coaching, okay? And you got to see up here, it says weed business. Now, this is not the weed most of you are thinking about. This is actually the weeds that grow in the yard, okay? So yard weeds.
The bad weeds.
Yeah, and do not smoke any of those, okay? A lot of them are toxic, right? So, these are the yard weeds, not the other kind of weeds. So it's a yard weed business. They do pre-emergent, they do preventative as well as kill off weeds. And some of the things that they're going through, we're going to go over as far as exactly where they're at and what their challenges are and exactly how we would go ahead and meet those challenges. Any questions before we get started?
How long have you been working with this business already, Cory?
I've been working with this business now for about 4 months.
Okay.
About 4 months. And so this particular business is in a 12-month program. They're in my 12-month growth program, growth for weeds, right? I'm not trying to grow more weeds though. We're trying to get rid of 12-month program growth. This business is in a 12-month growth program, and what that entails is going in, doing an assessment, and then we're going to devise ways and strategies that we can increase their overall top line revenue as well as their profitability.
Okay.
The target on this particular business starting out was to get 50% growth month over month. Actually, month over year, take that back. Okay, so month over year. So basically month over year, meaning for this same month last year, previous year, this new month, we're going to try to beat that by 50%. So for the sake of argument, this business was doing roughly about $60,000 a month in revenue. And the previous month, I started working with these guys in August. So August, September, October, we're now in November, so this is the 4th month. Their starting month, which was August of 20, they did about 50,000 in revenue. So the target then, right away, was to get them to 75,000. 50% growth on the prior year's August of 50,000. So the target was 75. Now the prior month, they had got up to 60. They're on their peak time of year, which was summertime. So they're running at full capacity at about 60 grand, 57, I think was the actual number for July of 2021. So not only are we looking to beat the year over year number, right? We're looking to even beat the month over month number, meaning their last month, which was their best month. Going to the business, obviously we're going to be dissecting what's going into making the $60,000. We're going to first take a look and see exactly, okay, how do we make $60,000? How did we generate that in July of 2021? In order to know how you're going to take control of income, whether it's your personal income or whether it's your business income, you've got to know what you did to make the money you've been making. Okay, what went into it? Now we know that there's two things, and this is the same thing for business, the same thing for personal. And again, I always teach this to everybody. There are two things, only two things that ever go into making money. It's not exhaust on Hondas. There's two ways to make money. Okay, there's two things that go into making money, and they are the same for everybody. I don't care who you are. If you are Elon Musk, If you're the kid working the McDonald's drive-through, this is the facts. You make money from time and rate equals income. It's always this way. That's not how you spell income. Holy crap. If I can't spell income right, we're going to be in trouble. So time and rate equals income. Again, this equation is the same for everybody. Now let's take the kid at McDonald's. Okay, he's going to work, we'll say 40 hours a week, and his rate is going to be, just for the sake of argument, it's more than this in most places. We're going to say it's $10 just for ease of math. So he's going to work that 40 hours at $10 per hour. He's going to make $400 in the week. Okay, that's it.
Mhm.
Which 40 hours times 10, 400. Pretty basic, right? You guys
Yes.
with me so far?
Mhm.
Doesn't seem complicated, does it?
No.
Now, this very basic, simple math is the same for everybody. Elon Musk operates off this math. I operate off this math. You operate off this math. Everybody in here operates off this math. How many hours you work times the rate you charge equals what you're going to make. Now, again, if you're Elon Musk, if you're, Floyd Mayweather, right? You're some high-income individual. Hey, you might only work 1 hour, but then you got paid, $10 million for that hour equals $10 million. If there was a way that you could multiply that to 2 hours at the same rate, 10 million, obviously, it would then equal $20 million. If I'm Elon Musk or Floyd Mayweather, and I said, hey, I made $10 million last month because I worked an hour, okay? I worked 1 hour at $10 million an hour last month, and so I made $10 million last month. But this month, I want to make $20 million. Well, how we would go about doing that, now that we understand how we made the 10, we worked for 1 hour at $10 million. Well, if I want to increase this to 20, I can do one of two things. I can either work 2 hours times 10 million, and I would get the 20, right? Or I could do 1 hour, and I could increase my rate to 20 million to get to the 20 million. I could take control of either side of the equation. Now, if you really want to make a bunch of money, I hope you all do, this is why you're watching this,
Yes.
you could increase the hours and the rate. Now how much do you make? Shane, 40 million. So you'll see my base was 10. It's now 40. I have 4 times my gross revenue by taking control of the two factors in the equation. 2 hours instead of 1, 20 million per hour instead of 10 equals 40. And again, this works the same for everyone. I don't care if you're the kid at the McDonald's drive-thru, you or me, Floyd Mayweather, Elon Musk, it works the same for all of us. How many hours we choose to work and what's the rate we're gonna choose to work at. Now, some of you obviously are gonna say, well, this is absolute bullshit, Cory, because, well, you're just making up numbers on the board. While that is true, this applies to the real world. Let me show you how we end up getting here. Now, first, let's talk about what actually happened in month 1 for this weed business. Okay, so we knew our base year, our base year, the year over year was well, we said 60,000.
In July.
Actually 50,000.
Okay.
50,000 was a year over. Okay, it was the year before was 8 of 20, and we needed to go for 75,000, 8 of 21. The base month, the month before, was 60, so we're still looking to crush that really strong. But this obviously is going to be 50% increase. Now, knowing we know about the equation, right? All I needed to do when I sat down with this weed business is to say, okay, we have to take control of the two parts of the equation. Now, this weed business has 5 trucks. And each truck was going out for 10 hours a day. Meaning, if we're going to look at this as part of the time side of the equation, right? Time and rate, don't forget that, equals income. We do 5 trucks, 10 hours, we get 50 hours. So there's 50 hours of work that company can do. Again, if you have multiple trucks, multiple people, what you do is you simply take the number of people times by how many hours they're going to work, and then the total gives you the total hours, right? So this is the way that business owners and businesses can scale themselves. You guys have heard, of course, that you only have 24 hours in a day. We all have 24 hours a day. We all have 7 days a week. But how do you multiply yourself? How do you multiply yourself? You do so by hiring other people to do what you do, okay? And now you're able to get more hours. So while Cory can only work 10 hours of this, if I have 4 more of me's out there driving trucks, well, now I can work 50 hours that day. See that? That's how you would expand the amount of hours that you can work. But we're looking at it as a company, not as an individual. So we're going to look at the total company. The company can work 50 hours a day. Now, at the 57, we'll do the 60. At the 60,000 divided by 20 working days, right? So 20 working days in a month, and they're doing 60,000 in revenue.
3K a day.
What is that per day, Eddie?
3K.
A day. Okay. So 3,000. If we divide 3,000 by 50, anyone want to tackle that one? 3,000 by 50?
60.
60.
Yes, 60.
60.
All right. I trust you. I just don't want to look stupid on camera. You know, I'm not good at math off the top of my head unless it's,
60 or
my money.
$600 a truck a day.
Okay, yes. So $3,000 divided by 50 hours, $60 per hour. You're correct.
Nice.
Didn't want to be wrong, guys. You got to double check your math. Never just assume, right? So this 50 hours times $60 per hour equals the 3,000. That's getting messy. Let me clear that up. Equals the 3,000 they're bringing in a day. Now, my job, okay, as I've been contracted to do this growth and get them to make more money, okay, I have got to take control of these two variables. Now, can I increase the hours?
No, they're already set.
Pretty set. I mean, I could probably squeeze a few more, right? We could always add another truck, make it 6 trucks. Okay, that's one way to increase the hours. Then we could get 60 hours instead of 50, right? But my client doesn't have a lot of capital, so my client doesn't want to, again, we're going to do the growth, and this is going to work for everybody. Our initial growth for the first 6 months of any of my growth packages, you don't add any money. There isn't. I mean, you don't add any infrastructure. You don't add any more people. Maybe some ancillary personnel, but there's no big, huge capital expense. I don't ever teach my clients to, yeah, I can make you more money. Go out and double the size of your company. You'll make more money. Yeah, no shit, right? Okay, that's not what we do. What we do is we take what you have and we get these increases. So no more personnel, no more equipment, maybe something very small. You need another sprayer to spray the weeds. I mean, small snuff. But tens of thousands of dollars in investment, hundreds of thousands of dollars in investment, no. Okay, so no, can't do this, right? So since we can't really increase the hours, what's the other part of the equation?
Rate.
The rate. Bingo. Okay, now, this is going to be something that's going to be hard for a lot of business owners and a lot of people to digest. But let me hit you with something. How much money you work for is up to you. No matter what it is, it's up to you. Elon Musk, Floyd Mayweather, they make $10 million an hour because they choose to make $10 million an hour. That's the facts. Again, it's hard for a lot of people to accept, but it's true. Okay, I work for $2,000 an hour because I choose to work for $2,000 an hour. The kid at McDonald's working the drive-thru chooses to make $12 an hour, $13 an hour. That's a choice. Now, again, I get it. I'm going to get all kinds of kickbacks saying that's bullshit, Cory. The boss decides how much you're going to make. The job, wrong. Okay. Now, what goes into the price? Well, what's going to go into the price? The arrow the wrong way. What's going to go into the price is going to be what? So price. And again, this goes for the price of you as an individual, the price that you're charging as a business, okay? The price for anything. The price for this desk, So when I bought these really cool glowing desks, I go to the company that makes these desks. Who is setting the price?
They are.
They are. Am I setting the price? No, I'm not. Now, that said, Annie, can you just do any price?
No.
No. Setting price. Okay, so we're gonna tackle this by increasing price. So you can just necessarily just name any price you want, right? The company that makes these desks can't say, well, we're at $10 million. There you go, Cory. No, of course not. So there is a constraint upon the price, which is what? Anyone want to answer what the constraint on price is?
The market dictates the price.
Bingo. The market dictates the price. Okay. So what will the market bear? Right? You guys have heard that. What will the market bear? Well, this is what we have to find out. So whenever I go into a company and we look to get these big increases without doing anything besides usually raising price, we can expand the time here and there. That's one of the adjustments we can make. But a lot, it's about the price. And then also expanding time has to do with adding more high-paying hours. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, let's stay focused and talk about what the market can bear. Okay. Now, for a weed business, what will the market bear? Well, it's very easy, or at least it's not extremely difficult. Simple, right, is the word. It's very simple to find out what the market will bear. If I'm running a weed control business, okay, or a real weed business, as the case may be, the market's going to bear a certain amount for what it is. How do you find out what that amount is? Matt?
Shopping.
What? Shopping, right? You go do some shopping of your own, right? You go out as a consumer and you go try to buy your own service or good. You go out as a consumer looking for your same service or good and see what the market is charging. Okay. That's how you do your market research, right? So the market will control the price, but you need to do your own research. And I always spell research wrong. You got to do your own research, right? And you've got to then obviously get your price from that. Now, this is not as simple as it sounds because you also have to understand what's going into that, right? Not all things are created equal. This desk, okay, made of plastic, right? Now, you can get a desk that looks like this. That's actually made of onyx. You guys ever seen that stuff before, that glowing onyx? Mm-hmm. It's a little more expensive than this plastic table. A lot more expensive. Right. What do we pay for these, Amelia? We paid like, what?
$1,000.
$1,000, $1,200 for this one. Yeah. If this is made out of onyx, this would be like $15,000. Now, again, it would look almost the same. It's a desk. It glows. It's pretty cool, right? But one's $1,200, one's $1,000, one's $15,000. Quality, bingo, right? So also quality is going to go into the price point. So one of the other ways that we can also increase our price, right, is not only doing market research to see if our price is too low, but we can also increase the quality of what we're doing, the good we're providing or the service we're providing. We can increase the quality, and therefore we can charge a higher price. Now, getting back to how we accomplish this, now, not only did we accomplish this, we destroyed this, okay? 821, first month on the program. You guys ready for this number? 125,000. Okay.
Was that only with rate, or did you?
Yes.
Do some changes to time.
It was with rate. Okay. Well, it was with two things. Okay. The biggest thing was rate.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of averaging 60. Okay. Instead of averaging $60, we averaged 200. Okay. So I take it back. We averaged about 150. The target was 200. Mm-hmm. So our target was 200. So what we wanted to do, because I did the market research with the client, and I said, we've got to step up our quality. One, our price is low. Market is telling me that our price is low. Second thing is we can offer higher quality. And we can also go after a higher quality of client. And this is another thing too in business. You got to understand the quality might not just be the quality of the table, but the quality of the person or the consumer, the customer that you're taking it to, right? If I do my marketing in a market where the people that would buy this table would only pay $500, well, then that's now what it's worth. If I market to people that would pay a lot more than that because they see more value in this type of table, then you get to charge more. Now, I can tell you, I find these tables extremely valuable. I was literally shocked at the price being so low.
Perfect customer.
I'm a good customer. And if you marketed this to me right, he could have easily charged $2,000 instead of $1,000. He could have doubled his price. Okay, I hope he never sees this video. I'm going to buy more tables from him. I hope he does see this video because, again, I want him to make more money. I want everybody to make more money. But he could have charged $2,000. I wouldn't have blinked an eye. His price point for these tables is too low. My client on the weed price was too low. Okay, so we did price adjustment. First thing we did a price adjustment. Now we set a target, and the target was $200 per hour. Instead of 60, 200. Now we take the same math. We do 50 hours a day times 200, and when they crack at that,
10K.
10,000. So now our new target is 10,000 instead of the 3,000 he was doing. It's 10. Is this 50% increase?
Yes.
No,
Greater.
more. How much of an increase is it, Shane? I'll let you off the hook. About 320% increase. Give or take.
Yeah, I was going to struggle with that.
Give or take, 300% increase. And again, just to be clear, this is an actual genuine case study for one of our clients, but this is not typical. Okay, don't think that this is just typical for everybody. In this particular case, my client's price point was extremely low, extremely low. And I find this a lot. I find the price points of a lot of people, a lot of companies that I coach, their price point is extremely low, way too low. The market can bear way more, and they've got plenty of room to increase quality via two ways: quality of service and quality of customer. Quality can increase two ways. You can do a better job. You can make this table a little nicer. Maybe the cord doesn't stick out the top. Maybe the cord goes underneath and looks better, right? Maybe there's, better designs to it that could make it more valuable. So you could increase the quality, or you could also get a better customer. And if you do both, if you increase the quality of your service or your good, and you get a better customer to buy it, well, now you can really get your massive price increases. Triple. And if everything else stays the same, then you can see what that does to gross revenue. Blows it out of the water. So for me, my target was this. I want to take his 50 hours that his company's working, and I want to get $200 per hour, and I want to get him $10,000 instead of the 3. So I adjust the quality of the service, and one of the bigger adjustments I did too, I adjusted the quality of the customer. In this $60, not everybody was just paying $60. This weed business, weed control business, they price based on area. Okay, so how much area they're going to do, right? So what's the volume? And again, a lot of it's priced the same. For instance, like these small desks here are cheaper than this big desk, right? This big desk takes up more area, it's more work, it's more time. So the more material, more of everything, right? So the smaller desks are a lot cheaper than the big desk. Same principle with every business, and same principle with this. So the price they were basing the price off of the area. And they're doing a lot of small homes, a lot of track houses, right? And some of the track houses were like $50. Bigger areas, maybe, double the normal track house, bigger backyard, whatever. They were at $80. Biggest, for a normal home, they were maybe $150. So adjust the price, make this 100, make this 150, make this 225. Now the bigger we go, the less dramatic the increase. Because the small desk here, that's half the size of this, should not be half the price.
Correct.
It should be maybe 3/4 of the price. Because the bigger I go, yes, it's more material, But it's probably not that much more work to make this desk than it is to make that little desk. Probably almost the same amount of time. Whoever the craftsman is that made this desk versus that desk, I bet you the time frame is almost the same. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it took much more time. It took more material, but not more time. In any service-based business, time is the premium, not the material. With these private price increases, we're able to hit the target of $125,000. I don't expect anyone to try to tackle that math, but we did $125,000 divided by the 20 days is $62.50. So we doubled that, more than doubled it. $62.50, and then divided by 50. So our rate had increased to 125. So we went from 60 to our average being 125. Okay, same 50 hours. Our rate increased from 60 to 125 because of the price adjustments. This is how we're able to achieve it. Now, that's only, again, one half of the equation. Now, the thing that I did too to actually be able to get more money out of people they were servicing with the 50 hours, right? They got 50 hours to work. So they have 50 hours a day to work. Now, if they did nothing but little $50 yards, okay, it wouldn't even be $60. It'd be just 50. See where you see, is that making sense now?
Yes.
Is that making sense? Okay. So we're taking just control of one side of this equation in order to equal this kind of growth. Just one side. If we take control of the other side and we increase the hours, now imagine where we could be. But again, my program, the 12-month program, for the first 6 months of the program, I don't want you increasing this. We spend the first 6 months just increasing and getting the price points where we need to be. And the other part of it is obviously the quality of the customer. Now, every time I consult a business owner about this method, the first thing that I always hear is, Cory, you're crazy. Half my customers are going to frickin' be pissed that the price is going up and they're all going to fire me and I'm going to lose half my customers. I can't do it. I can't do it. And this is always the fear, okay? Always the fear that I get from business owners. Now, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I have raised thousands of companies' price points, including my own. This fear is nonsense. At no point, even when I have my clients double the price, do they lose half their clients. Maybe 10 to 20%. 10 to 20% say, it's too much. But which 10 to 20% do you think this is?
$50 client.
The $50 clients, correct. Which, do we really want these people anyway? No. Goodbye. Goodbye, $50 clients. We don't even want those people. So good riddance. If people will not respect your value, if your customers won't respect your value, well then, goodbye. Now, getting back to the price, you always have to make sure that you're providing quality. You can't just do any old job and charge any old price and think that the market's going to bear it. Of course it isn't. You do have to step up your quality. So one of the tricks, one of the strategies that I teach is when we go to the customers to raise the price, we're going to tell them how much of a better job we're going to do. We're not just going to raise the price for the same job. We're going to do a better job. So you do what's called a what, Matt?
Value add.
Value add. Bingo. Value add. Right? So one of the things to again, temper this blow for some of the customers is we're going to do a better job. And we're going to do a value add. To lessen the blow with the customers, okay, we're going to do a value add. And it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something very small. So maybe you call the customer up and you say, look, we got to raise our prices. Instead of 50, we got to charge 100. Instead of 80, we got to charge 150. Instead of 150, we got to charge 225. However, it's not for the same job. We're also going to add something else. And then you could, for instance, I told them to add a little bit more square footage. Maybe something that, wasn't being sprayed before is now getting sprayed. If you can't do more square footage in this particular case, then do something else as far as check their irrigation system. So we had a little thing where we checked the irrigation system. So we told them, hey, look, the price is going up, costs are going up, Biden's inflation obviously is killing everybody. So got to charge a little bit more. But while we're out there and we're doing the spring anyway, we're going to check your irrigation. If we see any minor leaks, we'll just go ahead and repair them for you. Oh crap! Absolutely, charge me $225, no problem. So did my client lose a bunch of customers? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Most of them were absolutely thrilled to pay a little bit more, to get a little bit more, a little value add, a little extra thing you could do for them. Okay. Just think of something extra that you could do for your customer that's minimal. Takes, if you're doing a service, takes another 5-10 minutes.
You're already there.
You're already there anyway. Take another 5-10 minutes. Make it extra special. Do something a little more than you were doing. Right. Do something that's very, very simple to do. A little bit more square foot, a little more irrigation. If you're a barber, for instance, hey, line up the beard. Right. Do a hot towel. Do a little something extra. You can charge a lot more money for a little extra. So remember that teaching moment. You can charge a lot more money and only provide a little bit more value. This is the strategy for increasing prices in your business. This is also the strategy for increasing how much you get to charge if you have an employer, how much you get to charge. Add a little more value. Tell your employer you want a lot more money. The employer will do it. And if not, time to move on. Okay? So the quality of what you're providing is going to obviously equal how much you can charge. So what will the market bear? The market will bear to the level of the quality that you're going to provide. Okay? The higher quality you can provide, the better you can do the job, the better outcome that you can get your customer or your company that you work for, or your boss you work for, the more money you're going to make. Okay? Once you understand how the equation works and you take control of the equation, you can see how you can go ahead and make as much money as you want to make. You just got to take control of the equation. And one more thing before I let you guys go is I want to show you how they put, as I know, I mentioned it in the previous whiteboard, but I did not explain it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going like, all right, Cory, you totally forgot the quality of the customer. Okay, I've showed you how to do more quality. How about the quality of the customer? Any business, any employee gets to decide who they work for. Who decides who you work for? Who decides who you work for, Matt?
Me.
Correct. You do. That's right. You do. You run a business, you decide who you do your business for. You work for somebody, you're going to be an employee, you decide who you're going to be an employee for. Up the quality of the customer. Up the quality of the employer. Don't work for just any old buddy, and don't offer your services or your goods to just anybody. Okay? Up the quality of the customer. If I'm running a store, I'm going to try to trick you guys here. I'm going to try to trick Mucho if I can. You're running a store, Mucho, and you're like, you're wrong, Cory. Cory, you're full of shit. Because, hey, if I'm running a store, any old buddy can walk in. So how am I choosing my customers? So how would you go about, if you're going to run a store, if you're going to retail outlet, how would you go about choosing better customers?
The price.
Nope. Anyone else want to help them out? I'm off the hook.
Products that you offer.
That's one way. Yep.
Location.
Location. Location's the big one, but also too, the quality of the stuff you offer. You can have a dollar store in Beverly Hills. No. Okay. But you're going to have a Louis Vuitton store. You're going to have a Chanel. You can have a Chanel store down in the ghetto.
No.
Not if you want it very long.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, location is going to decide the type of customers you're going to get a lot of times, especially if you have a retail business. If you have a bar, you have a restaurant, the type of location you choose is going to dictate the type of clientele. If I'm running a restaurant in Tucson, Arizona, okay, I'm going to get different clientele if I'm in the foothills versus down by the U of A. Okay, down by the U of A is a bunch of poor students. I was a poor student, nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to open myself up a nice restaurant next to the U of A. There's a bunch of broke college kids down there that can't afford $50 steaks. I want to sell $50 steaks because I want to make a lot of money. Where does my restaurant got to be?
High income.
High income area. Correct. High income area. See, this is how you choose your target customers, even if it's something like a restaurant or a store or a bar. Now, if you are driving out to customers like our weed business here, they go out all over town to different customers. So they get to choose where they're going to go, right? They can go to track house neighborhoods, or they can go to only really, really nice neighborhoods up in the foothills. They get to decide, nobody else. So what did I do to help up their level of customer? Can't do location with this business. But what we did was we did targeted ads on social media. And that's a whole nother training about social media. Just for now, understand social media is the only place that's worth advertising. Sorry, Mucho, on the radio business,
We advertise it there too.
Oh, I know. Social media is where it's at, though, especially for smaller businesses. Again, if I run a big business, if I'm running a giant auto dealership, right, and I got a couple $1 million for my advertising budget per year, hell yeah, I'm on the radio. Hell yeah, I'm on the TV. Hell yeah, I'm in the mailbox. Okay. Hell yeah, I'm putting on big charity events. But if I'm a small business like this business, and I got 40 grand, 50 grand for my advertising budget for the year. Okay, I cannot be on TV and on the radio because I won't get enough bang for my buck. Way more bang for the buck on social media, and social media is a lot more targeted than other forms of advertisement. Anybody can listen to your radio channel. Anybody can watch your TV show. But when I target on social media to targeted audience, only the people I choose to see the ad ever see the ad. And guess what? Social media only charges you for who sees your ad. Therefore, since I'm targeted, no one that I don't want to see my ad sees my ad. Therefore, I'm not paying for people that I don't want to see my ad to see my ad. On TV, radio, print, mailboxes, again, you have no control of that. You'll have all kinds of people that are not qualified for your business or for your offer. You're paying for them to see it anyway. Okay, social media, what makes it so great is you can beat that, right? So what we did was I did a target audience for him with ads for the weed services, okay? And that brought him in. And now, because I targeted properly, I went to higher income areas. And I also went to bigger properties, which, as I'm sure you guys would assume, in higher income areas has bigger properties. Not a lot of track houses up in super nice areas of town. So bigger yards, we price by area. So I simply targeted, as part of my target audience, higher income areas and bigger properties. People have more money to pay, and they have bigger properties, so they had no problem paying the new average of $125. And again, this was only in the first month. From there, obviously, we're going to start looking at other things, other efficiencies as part of the program. The program just isn't this. This is like the Kickstarter to the program. This is what we kickstart everybody with, bringing them a higher price point, bringing them higher quality of client, shedding off the ones we don't want, bringing in new ones we do want, and upping the price. This will typically give us, again, even with seasoned businesses. They've been in business 5 years. It's not a new business. 5 years in business. I got that kind of an increase in 1 month on a 5-year business by taking control of these factors. Typically, though, we're looking anywhere between 30 to 50%. I don't care. You can have the most seasoned business that ever existed. You could be in business for 25 years. You got a billboard next to the freeway. I know your name because I've seen you on TV so many times, Mr. On. Don't want to pick on Mr. On, but Mr. On, if you happen to see this video anywhere, if someone shares it with him, I could put a lot of more money in your pocket on your restaurant. Love it, great food. Go there all the time. So even if your advertising is such where you're really penetrating your market, and you're on TV enough, you're paying the big dollars for the TV ads, and everybody knows your name. Right, you go to the mall and they're like, oh, that's that guy from TV, right? This would still apply. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. And the reason is because this price point can always be increased, and we can always increase quality. and we can always get a higher quality of customer in. Now, let's just take a restaurant real quick, since I'm picking on Mr. Ron, right? His restaurant's in a nice part of town. So, if I wanted to pick up and move his restaurant, no, it's not in the greatest part of town, but it's decent. It's a decent part of town. It's not a bad part of town. It's not where the real college kids are. It's a decent part of town. People there have money, especially money to eat sushi. Okay? But what he needs to do is needs to expand his trade area. Okay? So you have a trade area. You can expand your trade area by doing targeted marketing. Right now, unless you saw his TV show, and unless you're going by the restaurant, look over and go like, oh, there's the restaurant, right? Or you saw him on TV or looked over and saw the restaurant. He doesn't have, and restaurants aren't like this. Not many restaurants are destination restaurants. Many people are going to drive from all the way across town to go to your restaurant. Now, you don't have a lot of destination restaurants. There are some, but not always, right? Most aren't. Unless that restaurant's within a few miles of you, right? You're not going to go to it. But you can increase your trade area by doing targeted marketing to where maybe your normal trade area is 2 or 3 miles. But because we expand your target market and your target area, we can go up to 5 miles. And how many more people are there in 5 miles versus the 2 or 3? Double.
Exponential.
Double the people. And if I hit them with a nice targeted offer to come into my restaurant, and then I up my price because my quality is going to go higher, boom. See that? That's how you do it. Take control of the variables. Once you do, you then can take control of your income. Business owners, if this looks complicated, it isn't. I know it's intimidating though. And it's super, super intimidating to do this. Anybody that's watching this, any business owner that's watching this, look, if you want some help, reach out to me. If you want to take a look and see what this would do for your business, typically I have my team sit down with business owners, and we'll spend a half hour. We'll go over your numbers, and we'll tell you what kind of impact we can get for you by taking a look and see where you're at and what kind of business you have and what your numbers are. So if you want to grow your business, if 30 to 50% growth sounds good to you, okay, reach out to us. Links will be in the video where you find it. Go to the link, fill out the contact form. Me or one of my team will follow up with you and give you a free consult and show you if we can do this for you or not. If we can, maybe we can do some business. If not, hey, you spent half hour with us and you got some more of this stuff for your specific business. Obviously, this is all business specific. It changes if it's a different kind of business and different kind of factors. So that part will change. It has to be custom tailored for your business. But we'll spend a half hour with you for free and just go over this. And if nothing else, you're going to get a lot of value out of that. And if it doesn't make sense to you, what we say, well, then maybe we can do some business together. Hey, everybody else, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys for listening to me go over this. Hopefully you got some value out of it. If you found some value in the show, please like, subscribe, share it wherever you can. The more people that can see stuff like this, more businesses we can help. Obviously, it helps everybody. Small business makes the world go around. That's why I'm passionate about it, and hopefully you guys are too. It's our community. It's our friends. It's our family. It's a big deal. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go, Brandon.